Wondered whatever became of me. I'm living on the air in Cincinnati. Cincinnati, WKRP. Got kind of tired of packing and unpacking. Town to town, up and down the dial. Maybe you and me were never meant to be. Just maybe think of me once in a while.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Talkback here on a Monday morning. I'm Al Quartermont along with Stephen Maxwell. That, of course, the theme song from one of the greatest sitcoms of all time, WKRP in Cincinnati. And the reason I'm playing that was the legendary Lonnie Anderson died yesterday at the age of 79.
Saw that.
Oops. Is your mic not on?
Is it on?
Yeah,
I can hear it. I can hear it.
I can hear him.
So you're talking.
Check 1, 2.
There you go.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Yeah, great show. Love that show. Johnny Fever. Frozen turkeys, best scene of all time in all of television, probably.
As God is my witness.
So.
I thought turkeys could fly.
Great show. I'm sad to see her go.
Yeah.
Is Johnny Fever still alive?
It's a good question.
I don't know.
It's a good question.
Let's see.
So back when the show was originally on, like in my teenage years, you had the great debate. Was it Bailey or was it, what was Lonnie Anderson's character's name? Oh gosh.
Let me see.
I literally knew this, but.
Yeah, he died in 2022.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
COVID?
COVID.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah. Wow. We've got Dave Gratian in the studio with us. We have a new computer system in here, so he's sitting over my shoulder just to make sure everything fires properly. Hopefully it will.
Jennifer Marlowe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Jennifer. That's it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Stephen always has that information right at his fingertips.
I had it off the top of my head.
He's got, like I said, I knew that. So my favorite, though, was the way she would always, kind of subtly rip on her boss.
Oh, yeah.
So, or sometimes overtly.
It's like the real work world.
It really is. I mean, I think any radio station I've ever worked at could be its own reality show.
I was looking at Dave the whole time.
Dave's nodding yes. He knows, and some more than others for sure.
I always thought the greatest sitcom here locally is when I worked at the Alexandria Aces.
Oh my God.
That would have been the best sitcom ever. I'm telling you.
Man,
telling you.
If you think about it now, if you could have had somebody that traveled around with you just recording stuff and then pop that on YouTube, I bet it would have been a huge hit.
I bet. Different time back then, though.
Yeah.
Like streaming on the internet was like, oh, that's never going to make it.
Right.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah. I got all sorts of, what do you call them? Infections, too, because I had to wash the laundry as well. I was play-by-play and laundryman. had to pay the bills.
Got
right?
familiar with what jock straps look like, huh?
I guess so, yeah.
Gosh.
And pink eye.
Pink eye?
Oh, yeah. Like 3 times.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It was disgusting.
I didn't know baseball players
everybody.
were. I didn't know baseball players were big carriers of pink eye.
I guess they were.
Oh my
I
goodness.
don't know what they were doing.
Speaking of baseball, over the weekend, they had the Atlanta Braves versus the Cincinnati Reds game at the Bristol Motor Speedway.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, allowed for the largest crowd ever, 91,000 fans. Problem is, Saturday it rained. So they did a delay for about 2 hours, tried to play, and then it poured again, and they just said, all right, well, we'll just wait till Sunday. So they did play the game yesterday, but because the starting pitchers had kind of burned themselves on Saturday, Major League Baseball allowed the teams to bring in an extra player. The Braves decided to call up a pitcher from their Gwinnett franchise, which is just outside of Atlanta. And from Gwinnett to Bristol I think that's Johnson City, Tennessee area. It's about a 5-hour drive. So somebody had to drive him. He got up at 5 a.m, drove to the game, pitched really well to lead the Braves to a win. Crazy.
My favorite thing about minor league baseball is you can trade a player for a bag of balls.
Yeah.
And a nice glove. If you give us Johnny, we'll give you some brand new Mizuno batting gloves.
Did that happen when you were with the Aces?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't know how much trading there was going on. Was there?
Were they still a pro team then, or
TCL,
were they the college wood bat?
the
team?
college wood bat team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember any specific players?
I remember one's name because I was thinking about this the other day. He
Yeah.
was from Las Vegas. His name was Nate.
Mhm.
That's it.
Nate from Las Vegas.
Yeah. His mom was real nice too.
Huh.
She brought me back like these dice candies and stuff from
Oh, wow.
from Las Vegas.
Right.
It was cool.
I've
Yeah.
seen the reports are that tourism in Vegas is way down right now.
Way down. Way
But-
down.
But I was reading comments on the social media with those articles, and almost every comment is about how they've ruined Vegas because they just price gouge you. They've torn down all kind of like the iconic older hotels to build these
I know.
new ones that are way more expensive and not as much character. And it's just like Vegas is losing its charm.
I just don't think Americans have a lot of extra spending money right now either. That's not
That's
helping.
probably it.
You know? Like us going
Yeah.
to Vegas is the last thing on my mind right now.
Yeah.
so.
No, I understand. Trust me. I'm not going there either.
I went there. I've been there twice, and I love that place. But yeah, I don't know what the issue is. Probably because we had to eat at Taco Bell the whole time to just afford it. Because I was a lot younger, you know.
Yeah.
Even Taco Bell is more expensive. But we would shop at Walgreens, eat at Taco Bell, and just walk around and look.
Wow.
But we had zero money. So
Yeah, that's not the place to go ever when you don't have money.
yeah, and I don't gamble. I hate gambling.
Really?
Just because I don't think it's bad or anything. I just hate throwing my money away. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd rather go throw it away like in a movie or something. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that, and they're trying to figure out ways to get it back up. But not price gouging people is probably the best way.
I would
I'd
think
have
that would
to
be a
say.
good start. That
Yeah.
might be a good start. But, now you have your professional teams there, the Raiders, the Knights,
Yeah.
and soon to be the Athletics, the A's,
I know.
who are playing right now in Sacramento.
They're taking away everyone's teams nobody wants.
Yeah, maybe.
I want to go to the Sphere. If I can go to the Sphere, I think that'd be the coolest thing. Because have you seen
Yeah.
the videos of, like the Backstreet Boys
Right.
having their concerts there?
Backstreet.
I'm not a big Backstreet Boys guy. Not something I would drive across the country for.
Would you
but
rather
they're
go
in
see the-
Sphere?
What about the Eagles? They've been playing there.
Have they?
Yeah.
Well, I would see them too. I'd probably rather see them.
Okay.
Honestly.
You better rather see them.
Backstreet's back. All right. You don't like any Backstreet Boys song?
I mean, I maybe have heard them, but I don't know that I could name one song.
Yeah. I think, this is going to give
Is that Bye 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 song, Backstreet
Yeah.
Boys? Okay. That's
Isn't it? Or is that In Sync?
That's terrible. I play them all.
I know. I listen to Magic 100.9 too.
It's
over
got
the
a great
weekend.
mix, doesn't
I
it?
love it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
probably my favorite station for music.
For music. Yeah, I agree.
But anyway, yeah, Backstreet Boys, they're okay. But I just want to go to the Sphere. However, I don't want to. I almost didn't say this, but I'm gonna say it. I think the Eagles are mildly overrated.
I don't think I'd say they're overrated. I would think that the issue is more, for me right now, once Glenn Fry passed away, it's not really the Eagles.
Well, I don't even talk about now. I'm just talking about period.
All time, really?
I don't think they're. I think they're great. I just don't think everyone acts like they're the greatest band ever.
They're
And
up there.
I don't. Maybe I'm not like a soft rock
Well-
kind of guy. What is that? What do you call it? Like a
Yeah.
chill rock.
Well, they kind of were kind of bordering a little bit on country rock when they first started, but they got a little edgier as they went along.
Like Southern rock.
If you haven't listened to the Long Run album, I'd recommend it, and then it might change your opinion.
I'm not a hater. I
Yeah.
like them.
I think the Long Run's their best album, which is funny because it's the point at which the group was completely infighting, and how they even got it done was amazing. But like the variety of the music on that one, and just the writing and the sound, so good.
I'm sure it is. And them and every other band, right?
Yeah.
I was reading an article the other day when ZZ Top barely got one going. Too.
Oh, yeah.
Like they all hated
Especially
each other.
in the 70s. I mean, those guys, all they did was make music and party.
Well, creative differences can really
Oh, yeah.
get at under people's skins.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have those problems all the time on this show, don't we?
Yeah. I'm just like, yeah, do whatever you want.
Except we're not actually creative. No,
No.
just kidding. We are.
We
We're
are.
a little creative. Steven's very creative, as you've noticed with his work on our Sunlaw Broadcasting Facebook page.
You're creative. You created a whole department. You're like Nostradamus. Convergence Media.
Convergence Media.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the okay.
That was way ahead of its time.
I'll take the credit on that, I guess.
I will give you that.
So Dave just walked down. I know we're coming up on a break, so hope he comes back because I'm not sure how to turn it on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you get to hear us more.
There you go. So, how was your weekend? Anything big pop up?
No, I tried to make an effort not to cover too much this weekend to keep my family intact. And so, but next weekend I'll have a couple things that I might pick up. But no, just pretty chill.
To keep my family intact.
Saturday, we did almost absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I did something Saturday. Dadgummit, what was it? And then Sunday, we just did nothing until we got pizza and went to her mom's house. And they went swimming, let the kids swim for a little bit. And she enjoyed that.
I saw you got to enjoy celebrating her being admitted into nursing school.
That's what we were doing.
That's what you forgot?
I forgot. And I put the thing together, too.
I seem to know your life better than you do right now. So. What is up with that?
I think I need some extra sleep.
We had a chance to go up to Shreveport Friday and Saturday and visit the granddaughter.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Notice how I say the granddaughter.
Granddaughter?
Not the daughter and son-in-law.
They
know. They know why we're there.
When I was living up there and hanging out with them more, they knew that, trust me.
Oh, yeah.
Not in a bad way.
Right.
That's how it is with me, too. I don't know. I think my mom still likes me, but Dad's more interested in my kid.
They just have that unique bond, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Which is so cool. I love that.
Love it.
I love that. How about my Brewers, man?
I heard on the radio they blasted somebody, the Nationals.
The Nationals.
Yeah.
3 games. I think they banged out 56 hits, which is an all-time record for them for 3 games.
Wow.
And it also is the most since 1950 when the Brooklyn Dodgers did that.
Well, you know what's going to bother me is you have a twinkle in your eye right now, and you're going to get your hopes up.
You know my pain.
And then October, it's going to be like just complete sorrow. We're at the drag you in here.
You know my pain from you being a Dallas Cowboys fan.
I do it every year. Like I'll see them like a 4-game stretch, and
yeah. All right. Well, we need to take a break. When we come back, we'll jump into the phone calls as well. You know the numbers, 442-8255 on the BOM Bank Talk Line as Talkback continues here on this Monday.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics with 27 providers and 3 locations. Someone can see you today. Stick around. More of Talkback is on the way.
This is the Bloomberg Money Minute. Small business operators are feeling better about the economic outlook. A closely followed optimism index not only improved for the first time this year, it improved more than expected. The National Federation of Independent Business says 7 of the survey's 10 components improved, especially expectations for business conditions and real sales. The uncertainty component also rose. Paramount Global is planning to cut several hundred jobs, about 3.5% of its workforce, due to a continuing decline in the cable TV industry. In a memo to staff reviewed by Bloomberg, the media conglomerate says the changes are necessary to address the broader economic landscape. And you might have to wait a little longer to buy some of your favorite grocery items at Amazon's Whole Foods. A cybersecurity breach at its main distributor, United Natural Foods, has disrupted deliveries and forced the company's systems offline. Kimberly Adams, Bloomberg Radio.
Parents, we know how important a strong start to the school year is, and Rapids Parish Library is here to help. At RPL, your child can access free homework help, online databases, research tools, computers, quiet study spaces, and books for every subject and reading level. Whether they're catching up or getting ahead, the library is your partner in their success. And success is just a library card away. Visit your local library branch or rpl.org to get started today.
Well, good morning. A sunny and warm day for us today, but no mention of any rain to speak of. Staying sunny skies, afternoon highs near 93. We'll see winds out of the northeast at about 5 to 10. Now tonight, clear skies down near 70 for the overnight low. And tomorrow, another sunny, warm day, highs near 96. Only about a 10% chance of any afternoon showers or thunderstorms. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Gratian.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BOM Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BOM Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
Now back to Talk Back, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
All right, we are back. back on Talkback here on your Monday morning out. Quartermont, Stephen Maxwell, 442-8255 again. BOM Bank Talk Line. Let's go to the phones. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
So I apologize for my bad timing, but I meant to call you around the All-Star break. So as I understand it, one of your beloved Brewers was voted to the All-Star team only after 5 starts.
Yeah, Jacob Mizorowski, he's a rookie pitcher. That's correct.
So are you a DEI fan now that they allow the Brewer to get on for not on the merit?
You know, I get why people were mad about it. I think for baseball, it was them just trying to capitalize on the excitement that he's brought to the game in just a very short amount of time. The guy is ridiculous. He throws over 100 miles an hour, and even his slider is close to 100 miles an hour. So they kind of did that with Skeens. Skeens only had a handful more starts than Mizorowski did at the same point. I get it, though. I get why players were upset. You know, you have pitchers that have been in the league for years that were having good years. Now, the thing is, what people didn't realize is that they had like 10 pitchers turn it down who said they wanted the rest, or, you know, maybe they had pitched on Sunday and they wouldn't be able to pitch Tuesday. So it wasn't on the kid. I mean, he's a great young man, and he is going to be good for the game. But I definitely understand why people didn't like it.
Well, I think you did an outstanding job there of overselling the young man.
He sells himself. I mean, he really does. You don't
have to defend him anymore, counselor. You've done enough.
He's actually on the injured list right now. He took a ground ball off the knee the other day, and he has a bad bruise. Translation: they're going to shelf him for a couple of weeks so that they'll be able to still pitch him in hopefully October when they're in the playoffs. Because with these young pitchers now, you got to, have them in bubble wrap, and they can only pitch so many innings in a season. It's kind of silly, but it is what it is now in baseball.
You're right, Al. Baseball is silly. I'll agree with you there.
It's silly, but beautiful.
One thing about Las Vegas, I've had the pleasure to go to Las Vegas at least 1 week a year for 33 years.
Wow.
And I will tell you that it is the pricing. Once upon a time, back in the Stone Ages, you could get a room comped if you just gambled a small amount. Taxis were free. Food was reasonably priced. It's all pricing. It would be nice if I never had to go again, but unfortunately, I'm going again in February.
Is that like for a convention that you have to go?
Yeah, I'm an Elvis impersonator, so I go out
there. I'd love to see that. In fact, I would pay to see that if that's the case.
Well, I know what I am, and the rest is just negotiation. So how much are you willing to pay?
Well, I'm like Steven. There's not much in the coffers to be able to negotiate with.
Well, maybe spend less money on America's pastime and those fantasy leagues.
I need help there.
Well, addiction is a problem.
At least we can get free tickets through the station to Astros games, right?
That's
Steven?
right, yeah.
So we're already planning a trip.
My daddy told me long ago that something free is worth exactly what you pay for it.
I don't know. I guess they're 100 level seats.
Oh, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
They're good seats.
We're not going to turn that down.
I mean, they technically pay for it.
The downside is we have to drive to Houston.
Well, that is not too bad. I'll agree with that.
They got some good food.
We'll
say that. Minute Maid is such a great park, too.
Does your route still bring you through Ball into like the Pineville, Alexandria area when you do your morning drive?
Me?
Yes.
So I try to avoid Ball for a number of reasons, but yeah, I live in Pineville, and my morning route is from Pineville, my house to LC to the gym, and then whenever I travel, of course, I'm out of the city. But
all right, so
only when I go to North Louisiana do I go through Ball.
So you're looking forward to the closure that happens starting tomorrow?
It's always wonderful when the DOT makes you alter your travel. I live for it.
You and me both. Yeah, I was talking to my in-laws about it yesterday, and my mother-in-law was like, "Well, just wake up a little earlier." And I'm like, when you work a morning shift,
your mother-in-law's right.
Yeah, like the last thing you want to think is, now I have to wake up earlier.
Oh, come on.
Right?
Yeah.
Do I sound like I'm whining?
A little bit.
All right. Well, that's fair.
Well, my mom's helpful. I tell you, they're always got good advice.
Exactly. So,
well, enjoy the DEI Brewers while it lasts.
I will.
They will disappoint you in October, I promise.
Okay. I'll take that to the bank. That's the only thing I'll have.
I think Al knows this in his soul.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm preparing myself for it. No, why not? I'll enjoy the dream while. I mean, the crazy thing about this team is that they only have one star. And they're a bunch of young kids that are just playing better than they should, which is making it a lot of fun.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Do you?
Do I understand?
No, you do.
No, I do.
Now, what about the Cowboys? How are they looking for this year?
Maybe, I don't know, 10 wins, second place if we're lucky in the division. I'd say so.
Okay.
I mean, the Eagles are better.
Don't you have a new coach this year?
Brian Schottenheimer. First time head coach.
Okay.
Marty's kid.
Right.
So I like his attitude, and right now the big deal in Dallas right now is Micah Parsons requesting a trade.
I did see that,
but I'm hoping it's just like a negotiation tactic.
Did you see where ESPN is buying the NFL Network? Apparently,
no, I didn't see that. It's going to be completely ruined there.
And then it'll include buying NFL Red Zone, and that's what everyone's like.
No.
They're going to ruin Red Zone. The greatest gift to football fans ever is NFL Red Zone, and ESPN will mess it up.
It's gonna be like Stephen A. and somebody else arguing during the Red Zone.
Yeah, you just want to watch the highlights. Shut your mouth, and because everything on ESPN now, it's like watching Sunday Night Baseball. It used to be so good with John Miller and Joe Morgan. Now it's just whoever they have on, blather on. They don't even pay attention to the game. It's like they're doing a podcast during the game.
I hate it.
Speaking of which, the Brewers were on Apple TV Friday. Apple TV broadcasts are atrocious. The announcer, Brewers were losing 1-0 top of the second. Blake Perkins is at bat. The ball is in the seats. He hits a home run. It's in the seats, and the announcer goes, "Oh, and there's a drive to left field for Jansen. Blake Perkins, and the Brewers take a 1-0 lead." No, they tied it. He blew it on 3 levels. It's because they're not paying attention to the game. They're just talking about dumb stuff.
It takes away the excitement and the magic of it.
Yeah.
It's like Joe Buck. Man, that's a home run.
Yeah. So exciting. And now they replace him with an even more boring guy, Joe Davis.
I don't know who that is.
He's a Dodgers announcer.
Oh, okay.
He is he's the voice, but that's it. It's just boring.
People need to take notes from TNT, how they did it back in the day.
Absolutely.
That was fun.
And still, Kevin Harlan, he's so
the best.
good.
Yep.
And Brian Anderson, so good. Yep. But anyway, we'll have another call come in, but we need to take this break, and we'll come back with more right here on Talkback.
KSYL. Talkback. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK.
Well, we'll just call that a stinger.
Yeah, we were just taking a breather, literally.
Yeah. So. Turn the mic off and then turn it back on. Okay, to the phones we go. You didn't have to wait long. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Yeah, that was quick. Happy Monday, guys.
Happy Monday.
Look, I'm in between stops, and something you said earlier, Stephen, I'm just kind of burdened about. I'm worried that I'm worried that you got pink eye from washing jock straps.
I know.
And
I don't know.
I'm happy to, should you ever be in the position again where you have to do that, I would offer my services to show you some techniques to avoid that.
Okay.
That's just a bad kind of pink eye.
Well, I don't know what was going on. I don't know if it was correlated, but I'm assuming it was.
Yeah, they're just, most pink eyes are viral, and you can get that anywhere.
The problem was when he was putting the jock straps on his head.
Yeah,
you know that.
Yeah, I was thinking, what were you doing?
That's not where it goes.
Pink eye. All right, well, just shoot me a text. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Oh, Lord.
It's helpful to have a doctor, or the official doctor of Talkback, listening.
Oh, that was him.
Dr. Hunter.
Yeah, okay. I got to get his number. I can ask him next time I wash clothes or something.
I will say this. When you were a younger man, you had more propensity towards illness.
Well, just staying up all night and...
Yeah. You were always sick, remember? You always had like a cough when you were in college?
Probably just didn't want to come into school.
I think that's what it was.
It was a cough.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then you got healthy. You started working out.
Yeah.
Got all buff.
Yeah. It was like, I just didn't feel like doing anything. Like, you don't feel like getting up early because of the traffic. A little extra.
Yeah. All right. A couple of news notes here for you. Congressman Cleo Fields will be holding a town hall meeting tonight in Pineville. It's his 6th district listening tour, a series of town hall meetings across the districts. The district designed to give constituents the chance to share their thoughts and concerns with him. It'll be at the Zion Hill Family Life Center. That's 312 Hunter Street in Pineville, starting at 6 o'clock.
He's about to start touring, or he is touring England Air Park right now with the chamber.
Oh, really?
He is, yeah.
Okay. Is this, as far as I can remember, feels like the first time he's really been here visibly?
No, he was here a couple weeks ago.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Okay.
I think so. I'm pretty sure he was.
All right.
Yeah.
Of course, the previous representative for this area, she didn't show her face here a lot.
Julia?
Yeah. I mean, she did kind of initially, but then it really dropped off.
I was gone during that time, so
yeah,
I'm not quite sure. But Cleo was here, and he comes to Shreveport a lot, too.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's interesting is, and we've talked about this on the show before, the whole way that district came to be following a special session, which is the epitome of gerrymandering. And that is such a hot topic right now. You see what's going on in Texas.
Yeah.
And even with the Louisiana situation, it's very possible that this could be part of a case going before the Supreme Court. They might hear what's called the Calais versus Louisiana case. And with that, a closer look of what they call Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, which makes districts like the one that Fields now represents possibly could go by the wayside, because the gerrymandering has pretty much been along racial lines. So if that's overturned and states aren't really kind of held to that, you could see a tremendous change across the whole country, really.
Because it's based on the Voting Rights Act. So if it can't be based on that anymore, they dismantle that, then you can throw that district out of the water.
Right. Right.
So, they were tasked with creating a second minority majority district, and then some of the lawmakers sue, saying that it was drawn on solely racial lines. So it's just, none of it really makes any sense.
Right.
Just legal. It's a legal mess.
Yeah.
And I guess it's going to be up to the highest court to determine if you can base redistricting or a district solely on race.
And this, I guess the spirit of the move, if we want to call it that way, is the fact that Louisiana's population is about 1/3 black. So they're trying to develop districts so that you have, out of your 6 congressional seats, 2 that are majority black districts. But the problem with Louisiana is that population is spread out to the point where it's not just that simple to say, well, let's just create that second district without ridiculous gerrymandering. And you kind of have this all over I was looking at just some of the maps of gerrymandered districts around. I mean, who comes up with this stuff?
I mean, even if you take out the District 6 that Cleo's in, it's just some of the map doesn't even make sense at all anyway.
Right.
Except for like the New Orleans area maps, where they have enough population to concentrate it to that one spot.
And obviously both sides have done it. It's always about kind of gaining it. I mean, if you're setting up a district where you know the majority are going to be people this way versus this way, it's almost guaranteed that you're going to hold seats for either Democrats or Republicans. It's a weird system, as opposed to like the Senate, where you have statewide votes, and then it is what it is. But I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out.
And that's why, the districts usually are based on geographic similarities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the point of the House of Representatives. It's your local representative.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of people argue that Shreveport doesn't have a whole lot in common with
Baton Rouge,
which that district encompasses.
Yeah.
That they just carved out pieces of those cities to get the population they desired in that district. I mean, or Natchitoches in there too, or us.
Yeah. As we mentioned the other day, it's been a topic that Moon's really been harping on quite a bit. He is not happy that the Republican legislature and Republican governor gifted basically Cleo Fields this seat.
I'm just kind of confused as how they could have done it differently, because they were.
I know they were under a court order
to do it.
The suggestions I've heard have been things like, well, then they should have let Shelley Dick just draw it herself and then contended in court. But the fact that the Republicans just kind of handed it to him. Now, I don't think you can undersell the reality that there was some bad blood between Garrett Graves and the governor. So they may have played into it for sure.
Well, I think they knew they're going to have to get rid of one of the Republican representatives.
Yeah, and if they wanted to get rid of one, that was the one.
That was the one.
Because there was talk originally that it could have been Julia who would lose her seat. And they weren't going to lose Scalise. They probably didn't want to lose Clay Higgins.
Definitely not the speaker.
Yeah, and Mike Johnson.
It's yeah, and Garrett's done so much. He's been there a long time. Yeah. There's things that you may not agree with, but he's definitely a smart guy for sure.
Yeah, and his political future isn't over by far.
No, not at all.
I wouldn't be shocked to see him run for governor in 2 years.
I'll see how that goes. I'd see it happening possibly. I don't know if he'd win, but you never know.
Never know. All right, let's go to another call. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Well, look, I'm not a politician, but if you look at all these districts, they all look gerrymandered in some way.
Yeah.
I mean, how else do you do it, though? Like, you draw things, and what is the perfect system going to be?
Right.
Because you can only have so many districts in Louisiana because of our population. We've lost districts.
I mean, I think the spirit of it is, as you said, is meant to be representative of that population, hence the term representative. But the issue is a lot of times where if you were to take like Louisiana, cut it down the middle, cut it in half, and then half there, you're going to have some districts that have potentially millions of people, and then you'll have districts that only have tens of thousands of people.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to make it more equal in terms of population size. So that's one factor. And now you start to add in the racial component. But I mean, where does that end? Do we start eventually going, well, we need to have a majority Hispanic district or a majority Asian district?
Exactly. And if one way I think we could fix it is make Louisiana more attractive, fix a lot of things here, get the population up, and we can have more populations and more districts that are centered around one area, because it'd be enough.
And then
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I guess?
And then the factor of how the census was counted in 2020 looked at people that were even in the country not legally, and they were counted in the census. And so guess who that benefited? So it's just kind of a mess.
Yeah. And that's always been an issue, too, in politics. And it's been like the secret issue, too.
Oh, yeah.
It has big implications, but no one really talked about it too much.
Right. Speaking of Fields, he did speak at the Baton Rouge Press Club 2 Mondays ago. And during that, he accused President Trump of unconstitutional actions he says are destroying democracy. His exact quote was, I think the president is really bringing this country closer and closer to a dictatorship. And I've said to my constituents, the best way to deal with a bully is to stand up to him. So,
yeah. I mean, that's kind of the Democrat talking point right now. I know that a lot of them are up in arms about him firing the labor, one of the heads of the labor department, because of the president claims
he fired the lady that puts out the numbers.
Statistics.
Yeah. Saying that they were low. She lowered them from what they were originally were the last few months, and he felt like that was just a political move. Now, in fairness to him, during the Biden administration, they would come out with these great job numbers, and then a couple months later, they would lower them every single time. So something is not right there in general, and I don't know if it's just all on her, but it does seem like the job numbers are weird. Plus, if you looked a little closer at what came out Friday, what you find was what really went down were the government jobs, but private sector jobs are coming up, and you're seeing more native-born Americans getting jobs. So statistics are a weird thing. It's kind of like, a drunk with a light pole, a street light. Are you using it for support or illumination?
Yeah. Exactly. And most Americans are like, well, I don't even know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. People just want to know, do I have a job?
Exactly.
So, all right. To the phone. Good morning. You're on Talkback. Hello. Good morning.
Mo?
Yes, you're on, sir.
Okay. I think they need to repeal the law that requires the districts. And the reason I say that, because it's supposed to be divided up amongst people. That's U.S. Americans, not by race.
Right. Yeah, it should be strictly based on population, whatever that happens to be.
Correct.
Yeah.
Not by race, because we could go on and on by races, and we're supposed to be all Americans.
Right, and I get why a lot of that happened back when it did. I do think the country's changed a lot since then. I don't think you're seeing people actively trying to disfranchise people from voting based on their race like maybe you once had. So it may be one of those provisions that just the time has come for it to be gone. I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking too, because there was originated in the Jim Crow era.
Yeah. Yes.
And it needs to be abolished.
All right. Well, we appreciate your thoughts on that. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And we're going to take
Okay,
go ahead.
I'll talk more.
Okay, well, we're going to take a break and come back with more.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics with 27 providers and 3 locations. Someone can see you today. Stick around. More of Talkback is on the way.
Close your eyes and feel the sun-drenched breeze of southern Spain. From whitewashed villages to golden beaches, this is where history meets passion. Moorish palaces, flamenco nights, and unforgettable tapas. This small group, escorted by Andy and Christine in March 2026, will visit Seville, Cordoba, Granada, Marbella, and more. Join our spectacular Spain tour, beaming with culturally rich and local experiences. FreedomTravelLLC.com, your international travel architect.
Hi, I'm Katie Shirley Matthews. If you're planning a move, consider us at Hathorn Transfer. We're extremely proud to have won virtually every quality assurance award North American Van Lines has to offer. Over 70% of our business comes from the recommendations of satisfied customers. We've been doing it this way for over 70 years. Learn more about us at HathornTransferLA.com. Call us today for a free estimate. At Hathorn, we're building our reputation, not riding on it.
Now there's a new way to take charge of your blood sugar. Introducing New Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula from the makers of the nation's best-selling garlic supplement. New Garlic helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels with clinically supported levels of garlic, plus a custom blend of vitamins and minerals, and it's odor-free. Take charge of your blood sugar with New Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-1313. 800-791-1313.
Talkback, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
All right, Steven, did you watch SummerSlam over the weekend?
No, I did not. Didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah, 2 nights of WWE wrestling.
I don't know, man. Like, I just get so behind on what's happening in the world sometimes. I know that sounds pathetic.
You know why? Because you're a dad now.
I guess
and
so.
Your time is much more given to your family, like it should be.
I guess so.
Yeah.
And another thing, too, I've noticed working in news, you get wrapped up in your personal news, like the things you're covering, and you really don't know what's going on in the rest of the world.
That's it's just so much. It's just hard.
It's very
hard to keep up.
And we have such informed viewers. And
I feel like if I go a day without jumping on Twitter or Facebook, that I'm just like lost.
Completely lost.
Just one day.
Yeah.
So, but it's good actually to do that and kind of cleanse your mind a little.
Yeah. Yesterday was the first day since I
was up in Shreveport Saturday at the Shreveport Card Show, and man, that was just a lot of fun. just walking around, seeing the different sports cars for sale. But like half the show now is Pokemon. Like that is so hot.
You don't like Pokemon?
No, I didn't grow up with it though, like you did.
I don't really like it either.
Did you collect those when you were little?
I just had them. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
But I'd watch the movies and the cartoons. And,
Okay.
you know, I was more of like, I'm going to buy like the figurines than the cards.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Never been a big card person.
No?
No.
All right.
I'm not hating on it. I know you like it.
Yeah.
If I'm going to collect something, it's going to be books. I feel like my mic is off. I don't know why something's coming.
I'm a little lower.
Anyway.
Actually, your level's good.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just playing with some things over here.
Okay. Oh yeah. You got the good cards. I'll let you have them. I won't take them from you. It'll be fine.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Well, we need to take our top of the hour break. We have some more calls that are coming in. We'll get to you right after the top of the hour news from CBS and Louisiana Radio Network as we continue on our Monday Talkback.
You've been listening to Talkback. The opinions expressed were those of the hosts and callers, and not necessarily those of Cenlaw Broadcasting. AM 970, FM 104.9, KSYL, and KRRV 100.3, HD3, Alexandria.
You too could have a beautiful smile in it. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Texas Democrats took a trip up to Chicago over the weekend to prevent Republicans from achieving a quorum and stop a redistricting vote. CBS News Austin reporter Vinny Martirano.
Republican state leaders like Attorney General Ken Paxton are calling out the move. In a tweet, he says, quote, Democrats in the Texas House who try and run away like cowards should be found, arrested, and brought back to the Capitol immediately.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott says he will move to remove any Democrats who do not return by 3 p.m. today. Texas Minority Leader Gene Wu is in suburban Chicago.
Everyone is already tired of the hyper-partisan bickering and all the fighting because we never get anything done. And they are creating a system that will reinforce that and make it even worse.
The workers who build Boeing fighter jets are walking the picket line in Missouri and Illinois. According to their union, some 3,200 workers are on strike. Keith Gallup is one of them and says what they want from the company.
To get to the top of the scale faster is definitely one of the biggest things. Get more vacation time faster, to have a little more time off for the family, and also to help increase our 401k since a lot of companies or most companies will not give pensions anymore.
Boeing says its agreement would have boosted wages by an average of 40%. President Trump says after firing the Commissioner of Labor Statistics on Friday that his administration will be announcing a new statistician over the next 3 or 4 days. The president claims without evidence that the numbers were fudged, and he says that he doesn't think it was the first time.
If you remember, just before the election, this woman came out with these phenomenal numbers on Biden's economy. Phenomenal numbers.
The numbers that former President Biden saw were also revised downward. Video released over the weekend of 2 Israeli hostages being held by Hamas has sparked outrage in Israel, according to CBS's Robert Berger in Jerusalem.
The hostages spoke. They were crying. One hostage said that he only gets a liter of water a day. He held up a can of food saying that that's his food for 2 days. He was pleading, saying that he didn't think he's going to live much longer and begging the government to bring him home.
Tragedy at an Oasis reunion concert.
I'm Vicky Barker in London. Oasis was reaching the end of its concert at London's Wembley Stadium Saturday night when police and paramedics were called to the scene. A man in his 40s had fallen to his death, apparently from one of the upper tiers. In a statement, Oasis says the group was shocked and saddened at the news.
This is CBS News.
Progressive Insurance, with insurance for cars, home, boat, motorcycles, RVs, and commercial vehicles at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
You know how America became the best country on God's green earth? We made things, from automobiles to airplanes to textiles. We were the manufacturing epicenter of the world, the innovators that every other country turned to. I'm Katie Lyon, co-founder of Allegiance Flag Supply, and I'm here to tell you that the American spirit is alive and well at Allegiance. where we make American flags 100% in America. When you fly your American flag from Allegiance Flag Supply, you're not just honoring our country. You're supporting American men and women who proudly make the highest quality American flags. Period. True patriots who put care into every stitch. See our full story at showallegiance.com and learn about our 100% American-based supply chain. Fly your flag from showallegiance.com with pride, because every flag says manufacturing is still alive and well in the U.S. and we are still the greatest country. Save $35 on your American flag set when you go to showallegiance.com.
Louisiana Radio Network, I'm Colleen Crane. Department of Children and Family Services Secretary Rebecca Harris says child mistreatment does not only happen between the hours of 8 and 4:30 Monday through Friday, and they're in need of second shift Child Protective Services investigators.
We need to ensure that we have people available in the evenings, weekends, and holidays to be able to respond timely.
They're looking to hire 53 second shift investigators. Honorably discharged military veterans can now get deeply discounted Louisiana Purchase Combination hunting and fishing licenses. Author of the bill that made that possible, Senator Brock Myers, says LDWF operates mostly on license fees, but giving our veterans the ability to hunt and fish in Louisiana at a reduced cost is a small token of appreciation.
From a fiscal perspective, we're trying to be very careful, but this was an investment. I mean, where is the fiscal impact to this? But it's for the right reason, for the right cause, and obviously the right heroes.
LRN.
You too could have a beautiful smile in as little as 12 weeks. Exclusive to today's Dental in Pineville. Virtual Align Clear Aligners. The fastest, most convenient, affordable way to straighten your teeth for people on the go. Plus, they're invisible. No one will know you're doing it. Experience the virtual Align difference. Call Today's Dental at 448-4540. It's a general dental facility on Highway 28 East in Pineville, owned by Dr. Jonas Goche. 448-4540.
Well, good morning. A sunny and warm day for us today, but no mention of any rain to speak of. Staying sunny skies, afternoon highs near 93. We'll see winds out of the northeast at about 5 to 10. Now tonight, clear skies down near 70 for the overnight low. And tomorrow, another sunny, warm day, highs near 96. Only about a 10% chance of any afternoon showers or thunderstorms. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Gratian.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 27 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
All right, welcome back, everyone. It's hour number 2 of Talkback here on your Monday morning. Al Quartermont along with Stephen Maxwell. What are you planning to do today? Anything on the agenda?
I'm going to leave here a little early, about 20 minutes. Going to go to Pollock Elementary. The superintendent and the sheriff and a bunch of teachers are going to be there for like an opening kind of workshop thing for the school year. And they're having a news conference at 9 o'clock. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, they invited me out there and want to try and make it out there.
Okay, so you're going to have to leave a little early then.
Yep. So start calling like at 8:30 to talk to Al.
It will be me and the callers. We can make it work, though.
Yeah.
I've done that
Hate
before.
to leave you, but sometimes it's...
No.
Honestly, I probably should...
You could
if
call
I
in.
could take out the whole show, because Cleo Fields is over there now, and there's the Pineville Key Club is doing the painting for the steps they do every year. Lots of good stuff.
Oh, man. Yeah. Well, you're only one person, so you can't be everywhere.
I know it. I try.
Yeah. All right. 442-8255, BOM Bank Talk Line. Let's go to the phones. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Good morning. Enjoy the show.
Thanks.
Wanted to give a shout out to the Pineville Police Department. They had officer. Now, he may have been sitting there because of an accident earlier. I don't know. But was there with his lights on at the intersection there that we've been talking about for the last couple of days. So shout out to the Pineville Police Department for taking the initiative to know what's coming tomorrow. And my question to y'all, do you know what DEI stands for?
Diversity, equity, inclusion, but you're going to tell me something else?
Didn't earn it. Yeah, we're talking about the baseball player earlier.
Didn't earn it. Okay. Okay.
Well, there you go. So when you think about that, it fits most of the scenarios of.
I'd be a lot more
DEI.
concerned about didn't earn it as applying to maybe a Supreme Court justice than it does a Major League Baseball pitching all-star.
Well, no, I'm just saying in general.
No, I'm not throwing shade
I
at
had
you.
no problem. Yeah, I don't have any problem with the MLB trying to up their game. You know, I don't have any problem with them doing that.
Yeah.
But did they shun somebody else? I don't know that. But did they bypass somebody to make the dollars come into the till better? I guess is what I'm saying. So,
I mean,
anyway,
at the end of the day, it's an exhibition game. You know, on the flip side, they've been doing this the last couple of years where they'll usually add a veteran who's maybe in their last year. So they added Clayton Kershaw this year, and he'd only pitched in like 3 games by the time the All-Star break had come around on the season. But, you know, I get it. He's had a long career and is deserving of that. So, but no, and I'm not throwing shade at you on that. I'm just saying that if we're going to me, when I see the comments that even in some of the recent rulings that even the more liberal justices are making, kind of pushing back on Justice Jackson's reasonings on things and her own words, which she puts, I mean, that's a lot more scary to me than
oh yeah, happens. No. Yeah. I got it. I fully understand 100% because you know, how did she get there? And you know, the Democrats pushed it through, and you know, Republicans helped them along, and all that kind of stuff. You know, that, like I said, because that's a lifetime appointment that we've got to deal with for the rest of our lives. So
I think, you know, with DEI, what we've seen, I mean, obviously for a long time in this country, people of a certain color or color in general were discriminated against. I don't think you can argue that, but the country has definitely changed. And I think now largely most Americans view it, if you're a hard worker, if you're qualified, if you're smart, if you're talented, it doesn't really matter what, quote, color you are. It's, can you do the job? But we've gone from that to this DEI, which is, well, now we'll put you in there just because you are this. So as before, we wouldn't put you in there because you're this. Now we're putting you in there because you're this. The pendulum has swung the other way, and now you're seeing people that really aren't qualified to get it. And like you said, didn't really earn it. It was only based on one thing, which was their skin color, and if you will, not the content of their character. So I'm glad that that's one thing I do think that the Trump administration is right on, is to try to eliminate these programs. And let's just hire the best people for the jobs.
There you go. I agree 100%. And that's tough to do in today's world.
Yeah.
But I really...
you know, you hire people, you know how frustrating that is, right?
I hire them every day. And, you know, I'm the best one, and you're not going to have to worry about me. And, you know, next week I'm hiring somebody else. So there you go.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the show.
Thank you too. Appreciate you. You know, and I've had that experience. And it was tough when all the George Floyd stuff happened, to see like how it can change the dynamic in a workplace. You know, where suddenly one day you go from being a mentor to being an oppressor in some people's minds. That was just weird. You know, that was frustrating, really.
It was it was a tough time, and it's just one of those things, like, maybe we don't all agree on how everything was handled, but there were some still lingering issues in America sometimes, and they felt like they needed to make their voice heard. I don't agree with, you know, burning down cities, but you know, that's not my thing. But just to be devil's advocate right here, they would say DEI in some instances gets people in there who are qualified, who still would have been looked over at times.
I mean, you know, but again, that can swing back the other way.
Exactly.
I mean, if you're a talented white male, what are your chances of working at ESPN right now?
I don't know.
You know?
Well, you know, Gooden, the broadcast industry tends to hire based on Not just race, but gender
Yeah.
and, you know,
Yeah.
all sorts of things.
Oh, yeah.
That's quite known.
No, I was definitely in the, I'm going to hire. When I had an opening, I would screen through sometimes dozens of applications and look at the resume, look at what we call the reel that they would send, which would be clips of their work. And I would rank them, and I didn't care, male, female, white, black, Asian, whatever. Just, okay, their reel's the best and it matches well with their resume. Let's do the interview. And, you know, frankly, there were times where the best person would turn us down, and then you go to the next one. And then there were times where you thought you were hiring the best one, but then they got in there and they lacked the work ethic, or, you know, their character wasn't the greatest. And then you got to deal with that. Sometimes there were people where you're like, I'm not sure if this one's going to work out, but it's the best one I could hire right now. And then they end up being great. So you're dealing with people, and you just don't know. You can't always predict how a person is going to work out. You know, sometimes they surprise you, sometimes they disappoint you.
Yeah.
But I can assure you, with me, it was never based on something like skin color or gender.
Yeah. Yeah.
People that do that, I mean, you know, that's just dumb.
So we're talking about it because we were getting the discussion of, you know, the District 6 in Louisiana that was drawn out for a minority-majority district.
Right.
And let's be honest, too.
Yeah.
You know, representation is important, but how do you get to that point? Because like Alan Seaball, who is, you know, a white state representative, he's the one suing over the map. And he says, well, look, I think it's a shame that you think I wouldn't protect and represent the minorities in my district.
Right.
You know, and I get that too, but then again, you know, a lot of people think they need someone who is a part of that community and understands that community.
Who looks like
and
that.
their needs.
Right.
You know, because
But
it's something you grow with and you know better.
We've seen on both sides, just because someone looks like you and appeals to you doesn't mean they're going to represent you the way you think that they are.
Yeah. When you get to Washington, no matter what your background is,
Or
it seems
Baton
to
Rouge.
change you, right?
Yeah.
Or Baton Rouge.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, what is it? Our one caller, money talks and BS walks.
It's a tough thing, man. And it's something we're still reckoning with in America, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely we are. All right, lots of phone calls coming in on the BOM Bank talk line. Let's go to those. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Yes. Is Stephen Maxwell, the Stephen Maxwell that used to be on Channel 5 that went to Florida and then came back to Shreveport?
He is the one and the same Stephen Maxwell.
Oh my gosh, he's back home again.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yep.
Oh my, I was so sad when he went to Florida. But I was glad for him because that was a step up. And then I heard he was in Shreveport with the channel, the news channel there, TV. But he's not back with Channel 5 now.
No.
Nope, I'm still on broadcast. Yes, ma'am.
And
oh my God.
Are you on Facebook?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Because he does a lot of his videos that are on Facebook. You do at least 2 or 3 a day.
Yeah,
at least.
digital news. Yes, ma'am.
How can he survive taking a cut in salary like that from Florida to Shreveport to here? Oh my gosh. We are so fortunate to have him back. But my goodness gracious, I thought he'd be in Chicago or Atlanta by now. Oh, we are so lucky to have him back home.
Did someone pay you to say this?
No, but I remember when you were still at LC and you came out and did an interview, and I called Michelle Goddard and I said, Michelle, you need to hire that young man. She said, and she called me and she said, I already have.
Oh. Well, thank you so much. That means a lot. You called in and said that. I appreciate it.
So now you can listen to Stephen every day here on the show for almost 2 hours. That's
my goodness.
That's even better than TV.
Yes, it is.
And if you did have Facebook, yes, ma'am. Sorry, go ahead.
It's more informative and to the point for our local. You hit more local news on the radio than Channel 5 any day of the week.
Well, thank you.
Well, if you had Facebook, we also do a Facebook Live, so you can see both of us talking. It's like 2 talking heads in a box.
Well, I might have to get that just for that reason.
You can also go to YouTube and watch it.
That's true. YouTube as well.
Have a blessed weekend. We're so fortunate to have both of y'all.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Have a blessed week.
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay.
You too. Appreciate
Bye-bye.
it. All right, another call. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Hey, good morning, guys. Maybe y'all have mentioned this already, but this new construction project coming to 165 corridor, what is the purpose of closing down the ramps? I can see not allowing a left turn onto the expressway because you've got the center lane closed. That makes sense. But why would you close the exits?
I agree with you, and I was wondering that same thing myself because yesterday when I was driving there, I noticed that the exits where you come off are quite a bit away from the underpass part of it that they're going to be working on, unless they have to
extend it
out more, begin that decline even farther out. But that's the frustrating part, is to have the whole thing shut down both ways, on and off. I mean, it'll be down to one lane so you can go through there, but you can't get off there, and that's just...
Maybe it's going to take you an hour to get through there, but...
Yeah.
Maybe it's they're extending and maybe a safety reason.
Now, Steven will be out there. You're planning to be out there tomorrow morning.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
So tomorrow...
We'll make sure we honk.
That's right.
Yeah, Nathan will be with Steven tomorrow. Actually...
With Matt.
Matt Ritchie will be coming in early, so Steven he's going to go out and report live from the scene.
Yeah, get some video.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we'll be listening in for all the updates. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. DOTD generally doesn't make a lot of sense in what they do, but this is just dumb.
Well, the time of the year too.
Yeah.
Yes, it's horrible timing. The lack of planning it seems to be Louisiana's moniker right here.
The only thing I can guess is maybe the funding didn't come available until the start of this new fiscal year. That I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt on that, because why this wouldn't have been started, say, in early to mid-May when school was out, that to me would have been, if there's going to be a quote ideal time, that would have been it. But now
I can even see doing it over the winter.
Yeah.
Over the winter would be a little slower. I mean, it might be a little more rainy, but it would be a slower traffic.
At least
period.
And
after
not as hot for
Christmas.
the workers too.
Yeah. At least after Christmas. Well, how would you like to be the owners of the new Freddy's right there in Pineville?
I'd be pretty hot. I'd be pretty hot. I'm planning to open a business. I've spent a lot of money. How many millions of dollars have they spent?
Yeah.
And now you're gonna just kind of give them the middle finger. Hey, y'all can wait.
Yeah.
That's kind of harsh.
Yep.
But thank you guys. Y'all have a great week.
Thank you too. We have more calls coming in, but we need to take this break. Hang on, I gotta lean over and grab the mouse. All right, we're coming back with more.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics with 27 providers and 3 locations. Someone can see you today. Stick around. More of Talkback is on the way.
Imagine walking where land meets sea, where every step echoes centuries of stories. This is the Portuguese coastal Camino de Santiago. From Porto's riverside charm to Galicia's wild coast, follow a path through fishing villages, ancient chapels, and windswept beaches. Walk the Camino, feel the call. More than a journey, it's a transformation. Join our small group, escorted by Christine and Father Joy in May of 2026. FreedomTravelLLC.com, your international travel architects.
Attention all real estate agents, property owners, and lenders. When you or a client needs a real estate attorney, call the professionals at Thompson Law Firm. Whether the legal matter is basic or complex, the Thompson Law Firm can accurately guide you or your client to a successful outcome. That's why numerous industry professionals have trusted the Thompson Law Firm for years. They also handle estate planning, successions, and business law. Call them at 473-0052. I am a paid non-client attorney spokesperson.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BOM Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BOM Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
Talk back. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK.
All right, we are back. Al and Steven with you here on this Monday morning, 442-8255, the number on the BOM Bank Talk line. And let's go to the phones. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Hey, Big Al and Big Steve, how y'all are there?
Good. How are you, sir?
I'm trying to make it.
Yeah.
I wanted everybody and letting me announce that about the men's health symposium they had at Newman United Methodist Church. The Omega sponsored that, and Dr. Mallory and the rest of the doctors, they were great. Now, News Channel 5 did just a little segment on it. I wish Stephen had been there, but I know he can't make everything.
Yeah, it gets tough, especially on the weekends. Like I've had to make a rule: if it's on the Saturday or Sunday, it's got to be not that isn't a big deal. It's just got to be a big news story, So
I understand what you.
Yeah.
But most of the people were, of course, at Dr. Joyner's funeral at St. Matthew's. But we had about 100 men show up because it was just supposed to be for men only to talk about health issues about men.
That's pretty good.
That was good. But like I said, Dr. Joyner, everybody was packed in over there to say goodbye to Dr. Joyner, and that was the right thing to do, too.
I was watching the stream, St. Matthew's and Boyce, and it seemed like a good service, for sure. Yeah.
Well, anyway, I hope and pray. I think one of the listeners came by to check on me and stuff. So if you ever want to come over here, I'm by myself. I'm disabled. Cornelius White, 3638 Kent Street over here in Alexandria. I welcome all people, even the new boss and the old boss. I'd welcome him to come over here.
Okay.
God bless you. God bless America.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Stephen. Yeah, I mean, and I get it. You can't work 7 days a week. It's just not. It's not good for your health. It's not good for your family life. So
I don't mind doing it. It's just I have to spend time with the family.
Yeah.
I would do it if I could.
Yeah, I know you would.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're kind of cut from the same cloth on that.
Yeah. Like Sunday, there's a good story I'm going to pick up, but it's going to take me like 30 minutes this coming Sunday.
Right.
They apparently are feeding homeless people under the overpass. One of the churches out there, and they say about 80 people show up. I think that's pretty neat.
Is that the church on the levee?
That's it.
Yeah. He's been doing that, Andy McGee, for about, I want to say, at least 3 or 4 years.
A cool little update, though.
They used to meet right on the levee, hence the name, in the amphitheater. But once I think the construction started going on, they were asked to move. So now they meet under the overpass.
Yeah. Is it Murray, Monroe?
Yeah. I want to say it's kind of near like where those state offices are.
Okay. Yeah, I ran into somebody who helps run it, and they told me about it. I was like, oh, that'd be a good little story.
It is pretty remarkable.
Good for them.
They really are doing a great job with that. And it's one of those things that here's a guy that just kind of saw a need and felt called to try to meet it. And it's just grown. And some of the stories he shared with me of people that they've helped who've been able to get themselves out of the homeless situation and find work and get their lives back on track. I mean, it's really very inspiring stuff.
Yep. Sometimes people need a little hand, but I got to go. See you later.
Oh, that's right.
I'm going to put you on the camera here.
Okay. Yeah, Stephen is running up to Grant Parish to do a story, so it'll just me carrying it for the next half hour. So your calls are welcome here at 442-8255, and let's go to another call. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Al, hey, it's good to have a young whippersnapper like Stephen.
It is.
Somebody got young and plenty of energy to do stuff. I also wonder, what about Bob Madison? Is he still around, or if
Bob
he is, do you know what
his
he's doing?
wife moved to, I believe it's Virginia a couple of years ago, so
Really?
they could be closer to family. So, yeah. But he and I, he'll text me or message me every once in a while. I know he still listens, so he might even be listening now. If you want to give him
okay. Well, kind of missing. The other thing now, that intersection, I think I know what the deal is. Now, later this week, I need to go to a place, Procter & Gamble, and there's a choice. You usually get off at exit 84 and cross the Purple Heart Bridge. Or the other way is get off at 86 and cross I call it the Bulow Bridge and come by the airport. Would that be the best way to go? Take a straight shot under that overpass?
So you're trying to get to Procter & Gamble from Alexandria?
Behind there, yeah, behind Procter & Gamble, yeah.
Oh, I would say the best. What part of Alexandria are you coming from?
Oh, well, I'm actually coming from below, around Forest Hill.
Around Forest Hill.
Coming
Okay.
up the,
Yeah,
coming up the interstate.
Come up on I-49, take the exit that takes you past Louisiana Christian, and where you would get off. Then next exit's 28 East, and then that next exit is Donahue Ferry Military Highway. If you get off there and go to the left, and you come to the stoplight where the funeral home is right there, turn right, and then you would go kind of past Super One behind Lowe's, and you come out at that stoplight. If you keep going, you go past Buckets, and then you can that's the way I would go.
Oh, yeah. Now, this being an 18-wheeler, I didn't say that.
Oh,
so,
okay. Well, you can get through, you just can't get off. It's going to be down to one lane.
Yeah.
But if you take that route and then you got off at like the Tioga exit for 71, and you would have to kind of go up heading more toward, I guess it's kind of toward the north, and then cross over, which would go past like Tioga Junior High in that section. So
really?
Yeah. I mean, it's not, you're not going to have an easy way. Either way is going to be challenging.
So you can't come up 165.
No, because
go under. Oh, really?
I don't know at what point they're closing that section. But I mean, that's what they're going to be doing, is lowering that section of road. So eventually that's definitely going to be closed. I'm not sure that starts tomorrow.
That's what they're doing. Oh, these out-of-state truckers that are not used to that, or going, that's going to be a disaster.
Yeah.
Oh, me.
I'll double check the advisory they sent out and see if that underpass is closed right away.
Okay, Al. Hey, appreciate you letting us know about that.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you so much. And let's see, time 8:30. All right, we'll take another break and come back with more talk back in your calls right after this.
This is the Bloomberg Money Minute. Small business operators are feeling better about the economic outlook. A closely followed optimism index not only improved for the first time this year, it improved more than expected. The National Federation of Independent Business says 7 of the survey's 10 components improved, especially expectations for business conditions and real sales. The uncertainty component also rose. Paramount Global is planning to cut several hundred jobs, about 3.5% of its workforce, due to a continuing decline in the cable TV industry. In a memo to staff reviewed by Bloomberg, the media conglomerate says the changes are necessary to address the broader economic landscape. And you might have to wait a little longer to buy some of your favorite grocery items at Amazon's Whole Foods. A cybersecurity breach at its main distributor, United Natural Foods, has disrupted deliveries and forced the company's systems offline. Kimberly Adams, Bloomberg Radio.
Starting a business can be overwhelming, especially when you do it alone. Don't do it alone. Take control of your future with a Janny King Gulf Coast franchise. With Janny King, you get guaranteed initial growth, reliable operational support, and ongoing education to set you up for success. Janny King has built a proven system that gives you the tools to take control of your future confidently and with the support you need to thrive. The future is yours today at JannyKingCleans.com.
Janny King. The Greenhouse presents Adopting a Pet. Have you been looking for love in all the wrong places? Then relax. The easiest way to find that special 4-legged friend you've been longing for is online at adoptapet.com. Adoptapet.com is North America's largest nonprofit pet adoption website, serving over 17,000 animal shelters, humane societies, and pet rescue groups. Just type in your zip code and be amazed. Adopt a Pet at adoptapet.com.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss.
But with Izervay, you can
Slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or Avastin Captive Pagel, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay, get GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Well, good morning. A sunny and warm day for us today, but no mention of any rain to speak of. Stay sunny skies, afternoon highs near 93. We'll see winds out of the northeast at about 5 to 10. Now tonight, clear skies down near 70 for the overnight low. And tomorrow, another sunny, warm day, highs near 96. Only about a 10% chance of any afternoon showers or thunderstorms. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Gratian.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK-BACK.
Okay, I'm looking at it again, and I want to correct myself. It looks like for right now, what the caller was referring to, those lanes that go under the overpass, those appear like they will be open, at least for now. My understanding is they're going to be lowering that road, but I don't know if they'll do it where maybe eventually they shut down one side and keep the other open, because, yeah, you really do need to have that traffic flowing through there. So you should, if you're coming up north and you take that Curtis Coleman Bridge past Bulow, coming up past like Raising Cane's and all that, you should be able to make it under there. That's what it looks like. The map that I'm looking at from the DOTD just shows the roads closed going on and off 167, 165, so the on-ramp and the off-ramp. And then those north and southbound lanes that are 2 lanes on the overpass will be shut down to just 1 lane. So sorry about that. I kind of misunderstood. I know at some point they'll probably have to have at least one of those sides of that closed, but as of tomorrow, it doesn't look like that'll be the case. So hopefully you're still listening and you got that information. All right, back to the phones we go on the BOM Bank Talk Line. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Hey, Al, have you ever had the shingles vaccine?
I have not. Interesting that my brother got it a few months ago, and he actually had Bell's palsy right after that, where like his face was partially paralyzed. It's gone away since then. Yeah.
Anyway, I came down with shingles Thursday and Friday.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Let me tell you, it's no fun.
No, I've heard it's terrible.
It started below my lip, down my chin, up the left side of my face, on top of my head.
Oh, no.
Thank goodness. Anyway, it's like, you know how a wasp stings?
Yeah.
Hurts. Well, this was like about maybe 10 wasp stings up down my face.
Ooh, boy. Wow. Is there anything you can do for that once you get it?
Yeah, I went to Dr. McBride, and he gave me Valtrex, and it helped quite a bit. Because I remember for the antivirals, people would break out in all these terrible blisters, and then they'd scab up, terrible looking stuff. But anyway, this hasn't blistered too bad, and the pain is not bad as long as I don't touch it. Touch it burns.
Wow.
Anyway.
Well, hopefully it doesn't last too long.
Other thing, I ordered Jay Huner's book, My Crawfish Story. I'm pretty sure he calls in every so often.
Yep.
It's very interesting. If I'd have had a young man in my family and said, I want to get a PhD in biology and specialize in crawfish, I wouldn't have been real impressed with that. He had an amazing career, like traveled out. He was all over Europe and spent a lot of time in Finland, and he's been to France and Spain and all kinds of countries. And then he also Australia and China. I mean, who would have ever dreamed crawfish was such a big deal, in the world? But anyway, it was an interesting book. I read I read on it Thursday, and I got back from the doctor Friday. I read on it, and Saturday my face was hurting too bad. I couldn't concentrate.
Wow.
But anyway, it was better yesterday. I couldn't go to church, so I finished up the book. But anyway, it's really interesting. I would have never dreamed, because it's a big deal.
10 this weekend.
We're on here, Jay. My guy Jay just stopped in. So, well, I hope you feel better, and thanks for the information on the book. As that we had Jay on the show a couple months ago, and he kind of shared his crawfish story. So, very interesting man for sure. So, all right, thank you for the call today. Appreciate it. All right, my guy Jay Stevens just stopped in. What's going on, brother?
Hey, did you have a chance to go by the rodeo Saturday night?
I did not. My two sons went.
They told you about the crowd?
No, was it good?
Yes.
Okay. Were you there?
Yeah, I went.
Okay.
Yeah.
You had fun?
I was wondering where Steven was. That's what I was looking for.
Steven was spending time with his family. Yeah, they had a party for his wife to celebrate her getting admitted into nursing school.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Where's she going, Tech? LSU?
She's doing the NSU Stenlaw campus, I believe.
That's awesome.
Yeah, out at the Air Park.
Right.
So yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah. So it was a good show?
They say the number somewhere between 6,500 plus.
Wow.
I think it was like close to 7,000.
That's great. Yes. That's great. Well, we had the guys in here Friday talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Good pork chop and...
Come on now. Why you got to mention pork chop?
Pork chop.
He was he was the shortest little person to do the wave I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, he stood on the arena floor and ran the...
But he was not the shortest person that's been in the Coliseum over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I know you was there for the midget wrestling.
That's more my speed. Oh, awesome. So, well, yeah, Steven had to run out and cover his story. That's what he does.
He just left you?
Yeah, but I've got calls coming in and we're good.
Yeah, so, go ahead.
Flying solo, man. Happens once in a while.
All the time.
All the time. All right, we'll take a break.
KSYL.
All of us have that one friend who can just light up the room with a smile. And sadly, how many of us are just a little bit envious of that friend? Well, here's the good news. The folks over at Today's Dental in Pineville can deliver that beautiful beaming smile. Over the years, hundreds of hopeful patients have visited and been completely satisfied. They've made getting dental implants an amazingly simple, low-anxiety procedure, one that's affordable for anyone's budget. The staff at Today's Dental go out of their way to make you feel comfortable with calming in-office IV sedation that's administered by a highly skilled, certified nurse anesthetist. And their multiple finance options make the entire procedure truly affordable. Isn't it your turn to light up that room? Give Today's Dental a call at 448-4540. It's a general dental facility on Highway 28 East in Pineville, owned by Dr. Jonas Gauthier. That's 448-4540.
Well, after 3 years atop the list as the world's most livable city, Vienna, Austria just slipped to the number 2 position. Can you guess who took the gold this year? From America's #1 travel radio show, this is your Arm World Travel Minute. I'm Rudy Maxa. Every year, The Economist magazine's intelligence unit ranks the world's major cities using 5 criteria. First, there's stability, meaning the prevalence of crime or civil unrest. Then there's the quality of health care. And thirdly, culture and environment. That relates to a city's climate, cultural and sporting attributes, and social or religious restrictions. Finally, there's education and infrastructure. This year, Copenhagen pushed Vienna out of the top spot, but barely. Copenhagen earned an overall score of 98 out of 100 points, while Vienna and Zurich, Switzerland tied for second place with a score of 97.1. A bomb threat that canceled a Taylor Swift concert and a planned attack on the city's train station hurt Vienna's score. Were there any U.S. cities on the top 10? Nope. The only North American city in the list was Vancouver, and that came in 10th place with 95.8. More travel info at armworldtravel.com.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. Back.
All right, we have the phones lit up, and let's go back to them. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
I got a Bobservation.
Bobservation, all right, the best kind.
You remember Bobservations?
Yeah.
That was Bob Madison.
Yeah, he did have those.
Yeah, you'd say, I got a Bobservation.
So he and I did the show back around 2014 for about a year and a half. I enjoyed working with him.
Yeah, he was a nice guy. He did a lot for Grace Christian School, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I was coming on 28 West, another one of my favorite things besides trash. And there was 3 trucks and maybe 4, but 3 for sure. The big truck that has the arrow on the back that tells you to go to the lane.
Okay, right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then there was a couple other trucks, and there was one guy with a shovel putting that hot patch in these little holes that were about the size of a football.
Mm-hmm.
So I was watching them doing that, and so I went on about my way, and I got this idea. I thought to myself, if everybody that drove would chew blackjack gum, you remember blackjack gum?
Yes.
Okay, and just throw it out the window. And over a period of time, we'd fill all the potholes with blackjack gum. All right, I got to run.
All right. Hey, necessity is the mother of invention, I guess they say. No crazy ideas. All right, back to the phones. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Hey, good morning, Al. It's Nathan. How are you?
Nathan, good morning, sir. How are you? You will be in the seat again here tomorrow.
That's right, and you're going to have to leave me some notes on any changes on how things work there.
I think Dave will be up here. Dave's planning to be up here for you tomorrow.
Well, good. I'll need all the help I can get. So
I understand.
Well, I wanted to call you. I'm actually just leaving the congressional update out here at England Airport that the Chamber of Commerce hosted with Congressman Cleo Fields, and very well attended report. Thought I'd give you a heads up on it because tomorrow I know Matt Ritchie's going to be sitting in with me, and I don't know if we'll have a chance to cover all this tomorrow or not.
Okay.
But very, very interesting update. Congressman Cleo Fields warmly received by the delegation, the Central Louisiana delegation. You had mayors Jacques Roy and Joe Bishop in attendance. Had Dr. Carell was there from LSUA. There was it was 100 business leaders, I guess, from around the area, so pretty well attended event. And when he was introduced by Senator Jay Luno, who talked about their time together in the Louisiana legislature many years ago, and how his conversation with Congressman Fields when he was running for that federal seat was, please don't forget Central Louisiana. Mm-hmm. And he said he's remembered, and they brought several projects. In fact, he says they have a big project they're working on at England Airpark that he can't talk about right now, but he hopes to get it passed. It would be a very large economic development announcement that he's working on. So he had some really he had some points that folks on the conservative side probably would not align with, and he was up front saying, I understand that we are going to have differing views, but he explained why he had the views he had, something that I think some folks would really, their radar would go off. He said he's restarted the Education Caucus, which was there when he was there years ago, and he has introduced a bill to address teacher deficit. He says we have a burgeoning, just like there's a nursing shortage right now, there's a soon-to-develop teacher shortage. And so he's introduced a bill that will help forgive student loans for teachers who stay 8 years in the profession. And he said he's getting many co-authors, and he thinks that's going to pass. Then he had another bill he said he doesn't think will pass, and that's where he wants to expand early education down to 2 years old. And I know there are some who, on the conservative side of things, would not be in favor of that level. He said he was in the Louisiana State House when they made kindergarten mandatory, and he thinks that's been a success, and so he wants to see early education expanded down to 2 years old because he feels like an investment in early childhood development pays off in not having people turn to crime or other substance abuse, things like that. Mm-hmm. So that was his motivation for that. He kind of explained his position on things. He called it the big ugly bill, and he gave his explanation as to why he thought it was regressive. Said it would cost 200,000 people in the state of Louisiana lose their insurance. He said there are 33 hospitals in Louisiana, and some will end up closing, and people will die. Mm-hmm. So he was kind of, alarmist
Democrat
on that
talking
statement.
Points, yeah.
It was. He talked. I mean, everything he talked about would have caused Sean Hannity to fall at the mouth.
Right.
But he stood there and he gave his reasonings for it. I'm not saying I agree with him. I just, I made notes as I was going down.
Right.
What really was surprising at the end, when he opened the floor for questions,
There was not a single question from the floor. No one would ask anything.
Wow.
And I turned to someone I was with. I said, I have a couple of questions, but they would have been perceived as being pointed. And then the guy that I was with said the same thing. He said, me too. He said, I don't want to, come across as in this setting as being objectionist or contrarian.
Yeah.
But so not a single person spoke. He talked about ICE. He talked about tariffs. He talked about Louisiana Public Broadcasting. He talked about FEMA. And again, he went back to education, saying that we need a Department of Education. He did say, though, and I thought this was really good, he did speak well of the Louisiana representation, Mike Johnson and Steve Scalise. He said, Louisiana's definitely hitting above our weight. Nobody in history has ever had both the Speaker of the House and the Majority Leader from the same state. And he said, he was on a radio show last week in New Orleans, and they wanted him to speak bad about those folks, and he refuses to. He said, I'm not going to speak ill of our leadership. I know how to work across lines. He said, I also have some things in the budget I want to get passed, and the only way to get it passed is to be nice with the people you work with. So he was very conciliatory in that way. And he even said he respected President Trump, although he differed with him on policy decisions. So it was a conciliatory communication I thought you might find interesting.
Yeah, no, we appreciate the update, and I'm sure you and Matt could probably dive into that a little bit more in the first hour tomorrow. So
there may be some things that,
yeah, I know Stephen will call in tomorrow from the lane closures at 167, 165. But
I will tell you, that's not going to be fun.
No. But am I right? My understanding is the lanes that are going north-south, like coming under the bridge, are still going to be open, right, for now?
It'll be one lane each direction under the bridge, as I understand it.
Okay. I thought it was one lane over the bridge. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. So
my understanding is what they're doing is they're lowering the level of the road underneath the bridge.
Right.
And so they're going to do it one lane at a time in each direction. So they're going to start by closing the outside lanes, and that is what's going to cause them to not be able to have the exit and on ramps at all.
Okay.
Those will have to be reworked to meet the new level that the roadway will be.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I asked.
And I know there's questions about flooding. I'm sure that's being addressed. I don't know the answer to that. I've got a question out to the folks about that. I don't know if pumps are involved. I have no idea. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm sure it's going to be addressed. It's got to be addressed.
Yeah, no question about it. All right, Nathan, thank you so much for calling in.
Absolutely.
I look forward to listening to you and Matt tomorrow, and have some more dates I got to text you about. Have you fill
in for? Sounds good. Thanks, Al.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Nathan Martin calling in here on Talkback. Tell you what, we'll take our last break. Got a couple of you on hold, and we'll come back to you right after this. Here on
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics with 27 providers and 3 locations. Someone can see you today. Stick around. More of Talkback is on the way.
The Clinics welcome Dr. Noah Miller, family medicine physician, to our team. Dr. Miller from Vadrine, Louisiana, is now accepting new patients. Call today to schedule your appointment. The Clinics offers a wide range of services, including primary care, family and chronic care, urgent and acute care with on-site lab and x-ray. Same-day appointments are available, and we accept most insurance and Medicare. Experience exceptional care at the Clinics, 1587 North Bolton. Call 445-9823 or look us up online at theclinics.us.
Before the story hits the group chat, it hits SINLAW Update. It's the news the way you want it, fast and to the point, and delivered by me, Stephen Maxwell, with SINLAW Broadcasting. Follow SINLAW Broadcasting on Facebook. SINLAW Update, your community, your update.
It's Talkback, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL.
All right, final segment of the morning here on Talkback. Glad you guys could be with us. We have a couple more calls to get to. Just on an interesting note, on Twitter, former Tennessee football coach Derek Dooley is launching a Senate campaign in Georgia to run against Ossoff, the current senator there. Didn't Derek Dooley coach at Louisiana Tech at one point? I'll have to look that up, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. So just thought that was interesting. All right, to the phones we go. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Yeah, well, I just happened to turn on the radio this morning, and I was impressed with the gentleman who thought my book was pretty good.
I bet you were impressed by that.
Well, one of the things, though, is when you publish through Amazon, your royalties are about a quarter a book, so I'm not going to get rich.
Well, hey, but at least you have people appreciating your work.
Yeah, well, I did appreciate that. One of the things I'm kind of curious about, Mr. Bishop, who's currently mayor, happens to own some property that may be quite valuable. And I wonder what kind of real estate taxes he's paying on that property.
Mm.
And that's something that could easily be found.
Right.
And I suspect that if it's registered as forest or something like that, it's probably pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. Like you said, you can look it up. So,
yeah, I wonder if your roving reporter might be interested in doing that.
I will mention it to him. See what he comes up
well,
with.
Anyway, that Amazon type Kindle publishing is something that's quite easy, and people would probably find it especially interesting if they want to write books and publish them inexpensively. To go to the I guess it's the third Thursday in each month.
Okay.
Or the fourth at the library, the West Side Library, but you can check with the library about the times for the Cenla Authors Club meeting, and I'm sure that our illustrious leader would be pleased to have more people come.
Yeah, that's the group that Mike Wynn does that.
Yeah, and okay, well, anyway, appreciate the show.
Absolutely. Thank you as well. And again, it's Jay Huner. You can find his book on crawfish on Amazon. All right, to the phones again. Good morning, you're on Talkback. Hello, good morning.
This is Stephen reporting from Ball.
Stephen Maxwell?
Yes, it is. I just caught the part where you are talking about the traffic tomorrow. Just want to reiterate, 167 will be open except for the on and off ramps. And then the outside lanes will be closed until about October. They'll keep the two inside lanes open on 165. And then they'll shut those down once they're done with the outside lanes in October. And they'll open up the outside lanes and close the inside lanes down till January. I know that was still confusing. But
those are the lanes going under the bridge, right?
Under the bridge. 165 goes under the...
See, I was thinking they were going to have it as one lane, overpass, which I didn't really understand.
No, that stays open.
Okay.
Yeah. So 165 is going to be down to one lane each way.
Gotcha.
For till January-ish.
I guess because I was looking at the map, and the map doesn't really show those underpass lanes closed. The map that they have just shows the closures of the on and off ramps. All right, no, that makes a lot more sense. And because if you couldn't get through, coming into Kingsville or going out of Kingsville, that would really be tough. It's gonna be tough enough not having on and off ramps, but if they had that, if you would have just had that completely shut down, that would be terrible.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Just wanted to reiterate, we'll be out there tomorrow. We'll let y'all know how it goes.
All right, sounds good. And talk about where you're headed today.
Going to Pollock Elementary. They are talking about an attendance campaign they're doing with the schools, something they really want to focus on. The district attorney will be there, the sheriff will be there, and the superintendent will be there. So we'll talk with them and see what they're doing.
All right.
And right now, Cleo Field's office is calling me, so I got to go.
Okay. All right, well, have fun. Stephen Maxwell here on Talkback. 442-8255. We still got a couple of minutes left in the show. If you'd still like to sneak in a call. Yeah, I just looked it up while we were on our previous callers. Derek Dooley did, in fact, coach Louisiana Tech, head coach from 2007 to 2009 before he went to Tennessee. Kind of not the greatest success, 2010 to 2012 at Tennessee. Then went on to coach with the Cowboys, has been with the New York Giants as well, and even with Alabama. But now deciding that he's going to run for the Senate in Georgia against Jon Ossoff. Second straight Senate race in Georgia that'll involve a former Bulldog football player. Of course, the Herschel Walker run didn't really go quite so well. Hopefully Derek Dooley will present himself a little better in some of the debates. That was where I thought that Herschel Walker kind of struggled just a little bit, to say the least. So, all right, again, let's remind you what we have coming up on Talkback tomorrow. It will be Nathan Martin here, and you'll be joined by Matt Ritchie in both hours. Of course, the 8 o'clock hour will be our Cenla Economic Update, where Matt will update all the latest deals that have gone down and how things are looking home sale-wise and business sale-wise. So we'll look forward to that. And then in the 7 o'clock hour, it will be Nathan and Matt, and they'll take your phone calls and kind of talk about whatever, as Stephen will be reporting from that overpass situation right there in Kingsville that will certainly create a lot of interesting traffic challenges, to say the least, over the next few months. So we try to keep you informed here on Talkback the best that we can and get out and about and bring you the latest news. So glad that we can do that for you. That's what we're all about here on the show. Let's see, as we close things out today, trying to find if I have, well, there we go. That's my cue. Start to shut up. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you for all the great phone calls. You guys are the ones that make this show work, and we appreciate you listening and phoning in both. And of course, remember, you can always watch our live stream on Facebook. We also have it on YouTube, and you can always go to KSYL.com or the KSYL app. If you missed the show, you can go back and listen to our audio on demand. Coming up next, it is the Moon Griffon Show, followed by Clay and Buck. Keep it here on KSYL throughout your day to stay informed. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
You've been listening to Talkback. The opinions expressed were those of the hosts and callers, and not necessarily those of Cenla Broadcasting. AM 970, FM 104.9, KSYL, and KRRV 100.3, HD3, Alexandria.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. A showdown among Texas lawmakers. Republicans have redrawn the congressional map in that state that will favor GOP candidates in future elections. In response, Democrats have fled the state, preventing a vote. CBS's Ed O'Keefe in the Chicago area.
Dozens of Texas House Democrats are now in the Chicago suburbs, leaving their state behind, disrupting plans to vote on a new Republican-drawn map to reshape congressional power in the Lone Star State.
We're not here to play political games. We're here to demand an end to this corrupt process.
President Trump has directed Texas Republicans redraw their map.
On Texas, how many more seats do you want the Republicans to draw? 5.
In hopes of avoiding the losses that usually happen to a president's party in midterm elections.
The massive Gifford Fire in Central California is only 3% contained and has now grown to about 50,000 acres. CBS's Jason Allen, reporting from nearby Santa Maria, says the Gifford Fire is burning through rugged terrain.
This is not an area where there are high population centers, but there are homes, there are ranches. Firefighters, 1,000 that are working on this right now, have been trying to protect more than 400 structures, and there are evacuation orders in place.
Armed and dangerous is how police in Anaconda, Montana described the man they're looking for in Friday's shooting deaths of 4 people in a bar. State Attorney General Austin Knudsen.
By all indications, this is an unstable individual who walked in and murdered 4 people in cold blood for no reason whatsoever. So there absolutely is concern for the public.
A boat carrying migrants is capsized off the coast of Yemen. At least 68 are confirmed dead, with 74 others still missing. CBS's Vicki Barker reports from the Foreign Desk in London. The UN's International Organization for Migration, or IOM, says 157 people were on board the vessel, most would-be migrants from Ethiopia. Only 32 have been rescued so far. Yemen is a favored destination for people smugglers trafficking African migrants into the wealthy Gulf states. The IOM says the